Assassinations, displacements, threats and stigmatization are the consequences of the armed conflict the residents of the Colombian department of Arauca are living. In response, social movements and human rights defenders mobilized in the capital Bogotá, where they launched an SOS given a serious humanitarian situation. Our correspondent Hernan Tobar has the story.
Human rights organizations arrived in the capital of Colombia to denounce the serious humanitarian situation that the department of Arauca is experiencing. In the first month of the year alone, around 30 people have been murdered, and the conflict has increased in this border zone with Venezuela due to the presence of armed groups. Unleashing aggression against the civilian population that with absurd and delirious arguments have caused the murders of civilians, attacks, kidnappings, displacements, confinement of entire communities, as well as the intensification of threats, accusations and forced recruitment of underage children. The situation was aggravated by a recent bomb attack on a building where social and human rights organizations operate in Saravina, Arauca, which left one person dead, several people injured and material losses. These organizations stress that these and other violent situations are the result of governmental disregard, non-compliance with the peace agreements, the lack of social investment policies, and farmers' refusal to resume the planting of illicit crops. In the department of Arauca, more than 10 years ago, small-scale farmers decided to eradicate illicit crops. We decided to plant wheat in order to commit to a better life, and in that way, we have also been fighting because as social movements, we have also opposed the replanting of illicit crops, precisely because of the social decomposition that it brings, and the deepening of the humanitarian crisis and the war that it brings to the territory. The government's response to this situation, they say, is far from the necessary comprehensive institutional aid. Instead, it has opted to increase its manpower, which only fuels the war that is being waged internally in both urban and rural areas of the department.
The high level of militarization in the department of Arauca, which today is advancing even further, allows us to clearly understand that this is not the way forward and that it has deepened the conflict even more. The national government does not seek alternatives for dialogue, but on the contrary increases its manpower and does not leave the doors open to continue with the processes of dialogue with the armed actors, as has happened in recent times with the ELN after the FARC signed a peace agreement which is not being complied with.
The residents of Arauca department assure that there are a series of interests of foreign powers in this territory with the purpose to having an excuse to interfere against neighboring nations and intervene militarily, which increases the rate of conflict. For these reasons, they call on national and international social and human rights organizations to undertake a tour to assess the humanitarian crisis and to adopt solutions to achieve peace and progress in their territories.